So small sounds of temporary respite as the child checks for signs of attachment figure return, dominant attitude was hope for the attachment figure return, fear, anger, distress. And the child rejects alternate caregivers, and the child will reject alternate the adult will reject alternate caregivers too. It's like, hey, there's one person that I want. Have you guys ever been in a situation where a child's been crying, you're like going to help them, and you're like sort of friend of the family or whatever, and they're like, no, I want mom. They like go around you. Or even when you're both parents are standing there and they go around one parent to the other, and you as a parent feel rejected, like, what's my problem? Yeah. Right? You know what's really common for children is for children to go to dads for protection and to go to moms for comfort. Because what are moms? They're soft, they smell good, right? They usually have soft skin, they don't have a furry, scruffy face, right? I mean, just anatomically, they're really well suited for comfort. And they really are very good nurturers, you know, and they just, and men are bigger, tend to be bigger, more muscular, they have square jawlines. They look like more protective figures. And so I need to, usually in times of protection, if both attachment figures are there, in times of protection, they'll go to the male. But if the male's not there, they'll go to the mom easily for protection. But they're not dummies. They know what's going to ensure their survival the best, right? If the big black dog comes out in the park, I'm going to run to dad. The dad's more likely to save me than mom is. He's a little faster, he's a little stronger, and I've seen him climb trees, and he can do it really well. With me on his back, right? And mom can't climb a tree with a hoot, so we'll let mom die on her own, and we'll go save ourselves. Okay, so the first phase is protest. The second phase is despair. This is where we settle it. And in the John Bowley study, the kids that were in the hospital and they left by their parents, they moved out of protest, the sort of hitting and the punching, into despair. And despair is increased hopelessness and attachment figures return. We get a lot of couples where someone comes in stage phase 2 detachment. They look like they're mourning. They're like depressed, withdrawn. They realize that the protest doesn't work. So they're transitioning between angry protest and hopefulness to hopelessness and detachment. They're right in the middle. And they're sitting there saying, do I accept this? I'm just feeling hurt by this. I don't know anything else I can do. I don't know how to get his attention. I don't know how to get his attention. Right? Nothing I do is working. I feel completely alone. I feel exhausted. I feel tired. It almost looks like a state of depression. Adults can misinterpret this as a sign of child's recovery. When the hostility is gone, it's a bad thing. Hostility is gone. I'd much rather have a hostile couple in my sessions than a different couple. When they come in, they sit down. I say, "Tell me what's going on," and they just both kind of sit there. I mean, it's like a state of hopelessness, right? The fight is gone, and if the fight is there, it's like taking a wild stallion and just pointing them in the right direction. But if the fight is gone and their motivation is gone, and the hopelessness, when it starts to say, "Oh, it's horrible." And then the final stage is detachment. And child actively turns attention to the environment. Alternate caregivers are no longer rejected. This is usually when affairs happen. It's when detachment occurs. And so they no longer look towards their partner for the care, the accessible responsive engagement. And they start to look towards other figures because we are very resilient to needing attachment figures. Whether real humans or whether surrogates, we will have one, period. And so if we're denied it, then we will go find one. And then the child or the adult goes apathetic to the attachment figures return. We get, excuse me, do get these in therapy. This is really interesting in that pursue withdrawal pattern we talked about in the first class. When you have a unidirectional pursue withdrawal pattern, we have one pursuer, one withdrawer. Well, finally the pursuer says, "Done," and they turn the switch. We talked about, like, right? Turn the switch and they withdraw. And they have worked their way all through the phases. They are in the phase of attachment. And they come in and we say, "Assistant White here today, I'm here for kids. I don't care about him. I'm done." And to access any amount of like desire to want to re-engage in a relationship is almost impossible. Because they did not wake up one morning and say, "I'm done with this relationship." You understand the journey that they're on. And these phases don't happen in 3 days. These happen over a long period of time. And finally, they've actually come to a place of peace because they've detached themselves from a toxic attachment figure. and they actually feel better on their own than being attached to someone who's talking to them. And so they feel better. So there's this sense of like more hopefulness, and they start taking on tasks in their life they've neglected for a long time. They go back to school. They do all these things, really common characteristics of someone who's attached, right? They're going to go live their own individual life outside of this person. And then what does that do to the person that's in the drawer? It gets their attention. Like, oh, crap, something's wrong here. They no longer care about whether I enter the room anymore. They no longer care when I leave the room anymore. They're like completely flatlined when it comes to me. Honey, what's wrong? Come here. And it's like, talk to the hand. Right? I've totally disconnected myself from you. And so, we'll talk about in EFT how to get the detached partner re-engaged, because that's a really, really difficult one. If they are in like stage or phase 2, then you can really usually kind of get them re-engaged in the relationship. And if you come into stress, you sort of anger each other, then stress people are really good thing, because they're still good active distress. You want to add that? Anything else?
I do. Just one quick thing. You guys are, if this is really interesting to you, there's a couple of like interviews or lectures on YouTube that I've listened to multiple times that'll blow your mind. It goes like 20 levels deeper than this. It's Dr. Alan Shore, ALLANSCHORE. The best ones are The Most Important Years of Our Life, and the second one I would say is called Modern Attachment Theory. It's about 2.5 hours of content that you can just get on your car while you're driving. It's really, really good stuff.
Awesome.
What was the second? The second one is called Modern Attachment Theory. Thank you. Yeah, they're excellent.
Play it for your friends, for those who can hear it. It's a dinner party. Okay, so what are the impacts of insecure attachment? Well, let me talk about the biochemical impact. Infants raised without loving touch and security have abnormal high levels of stress hormones, cortisol, very high, which can impair the growth and development of their brains and their bodies. The neurobiological consequence of emotional neglect can lead children with behavioral disorder, depressed, apathetic, slow to learn, and prone to chronic illness. Valerie and I know we've got done for a book called The Body Keeps the Score. Appeared by Shaquille O'Neal.
No, Vanderpump.
Vanderpump, yeah. That's Vanderpump. And the body does keep the score when it comes to our own attachment. And so sometimes what we can't articulate is being articulated by our body. So chronic illness is a really common one. In fact, there's another book, The Problem with Pain, that I'm working through right now. Did you finish that, right?
C.S. Lewis book? Or the
Maggie Phelps book.
No.
Yeah, anyway, she identifies that the majority of chronic pain is related to psychological pain, not actual biological. And so she's done some pretty creative things to rid people of chronic pain through psychological mindfulness exercises. So some pretty promising stuff out there. I mean, the mind and the body are so tightly connected that the body certainly takes the hit if you don't actually experience something the way it's designed to experience.
What was the name of that book?
No, Body Keeps Score. What is the name of the book? It's chronic pain.
I'll look it up. No.
Yeah. It's sitting on my desk. I can see it now. There's a lot of really good books out there. We can go list them. If you want just a good attachment book, that's like written for a layperson, there's Why We Act and Feel the Way We Do. It's a faith-based book, and it's by Tim Clinton. Why We Act and Feel the Way We Do. Tim Clinton, very successful. Freedom from Pain is more than 90 books. Really.
Discover Your Body's Power.
That's a good attachment book. There's a lot of good attachment books out there. How We Love is a great attachment book for couples. How We Love by Djokovic. So like if you guys are doing therapy someday, comes therapy, you might want to open the book. Very good. Safe Haven Marriages is also a good book.
How We Love.
How We Love.
Yeah.
Safe Haven Marriages is a good book.
Yeah.
Written by
We need 1,000.
mean, five people attachment.
It's Archibald Hart.
Yeah, it's Sarah, right, it's not Archibald, but it's his daughter. Yeah, it's Hart is the last name. Okay, there's some other consequences, Sharon. Yes. Okay, other consequences of being attached, relationship consequences. Lack of trust, controlling, bossy, manipulative, does not give or receive genuine affection and love. Indiscriminate affection with strangers, unstable peer relationships, blames others for own mistakes or problems, victimize others, victimize. In a minute, I'll go over the access to personality disorders and how they relate to attachment. I think you'll be able to see it clearly laid out. Physical and poor hygiene,